All right, everybody. Good afternoon. Good evening. This is AZ Crypto flying solo today as Mr. FOMO is recovering a little bit from the illness. If you haven't done so, please go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button, specifically that subscribe button. We've now got the super thanks available too. If you want to kind of give us a little prize there for keeping you guys updated, anything you can do, even if just hitting the like button, subscribe button is greatly appreciated here on Teaching Crypto. Couple important things to talk about here. It's really important to understand that it can easily be how do I say this? It can easily be tricked. People can easily be tricked into thinking that we are in a bad spot with Bitcoin. I did a short last night talking about how you should not be worried. And in fact, sometimes in crypto, if you've been around, especially in the last bull run, or even some of you maybe in the bull run before, you know that there's sometimes manipulation. You know that whales can sometimes keep prices down before things kind of explode. So I was reading something today that you may or may not know of, and it's the fact that the ETFs have to be approved now or not approved in the next 45 days. The clock has started, right? So we've got 8 applicants. Remember, we got BlackRock, we got Fidelity, we got several others, and it has started. The countdown has started. In the next 45 days, either have to be approved or they have to be denied. Now, what do I think is going to happen? I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling that we may be in for an approval. Not going to guarantee anything by any means, but they did accept the applications, and it just seems to me a coincidence that all 8 of these big boys are going to file if they didn't have any idea that it might be approved. You might say, well, Gary Gensler has been so negative on crypto. True. However, remember, there's always pressure behind the scenes to do things, and maybe someone is twisting Gary's back. Just FYI. So I think we could see ETF approval in the next 45 days. Am I going to guarantee it? Absolutely not. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Wouldn't be the first time. Then what would that do to price? Well, in crypto, price follows the news. So if you remember when the ETF was first said that it wasn't going to be approved, really they just wanted them to resubmit. We went from 31 down to 30 just like that. So price can go up. And yes, we are below 30, but just like I said last night on the short, it's nothing to be concerned about. This is normal. And if you can, if you're looking to accumulate and DCA into Bitcoin, dollar cost average, these are the kind of days where you'll be happy a year from now, 14 months from now, 15 months from now, 16, 17 months from now. So as some people are like, oh my God, we went to below 30K. Actually, you should be like, oh, there's a chance to accumulate under 30K right now. Maybe I should consider it. I still think 40K BTC is going to be hit before the end of the year. If I'm wrong, you know where to find me. You can laugh at me. You can criticize me. We've been wrong before, but I do think that 40K is going to happen. Now, I want to talk about a project that hasn't been getting a lot of noise and, sometimes can be swept under the rug, and that's Multiverse X. Used to be known as Alron, known as EGLD. Now, recently, they announced that staking has gone up 866%. Now, supposedly, this has all happened, over the past 30 days, right? So that would be pretty impressive. Supposedly, EGLD now is at an all-time high for staking, 17.2 million, which is 67%. Now, is something a stake does not mean it can be unstaked and not sold. I think that's important to understand that. However, if you've been a follower of the show, you know that EGLD has some pretty strong tokenomics that's very unique in crypto. So if you haven't been aware, let me remind you guys or fill you in. So what makes EGLD unique, guys, is first of all, the supply. Right now, 26 million is out there. That's 82% of the supply. That's it. That's all the EGLD there is. Now, more than Bitcoin, but not that much. But here's what separates it from some of the alts. The market cap is still under $1 billion. And so for that limited supply being 928 million, that's impressive. And the volume comes and goes. But even at 12.5 million, which is down significantly from where it was a few days ago, $928 million market cap, that's something to consider. Here's the thing. All-time highs, and I'm sorry I don't have the charts for you, remember, was $470. And right now we're sitting at $36.09. Earlier this month, it ran up to 38. So it's been on the upswing, more staking, limited supply, small market cap. Those are all the things we look for. And here's the thing. Is it going to get back to the all-time high of 470 anytime soon? Probably not. It's not going to be 470 a month from now. But how long until these tokens, these Multiverse X Eagle tokens are back towards 100? I don't think it's going to be a year. I think it's going to happen over the next 6 months. So again, there'll be other tokens that do better in crypto. I'm sure you can find, but this channel, we're talking about really how do you gain safely without, because the number one rule is not to lose money, right? And if you were caught in Voyager or Celsius, unfortunately, that happened. And so things like Multiverse X pay very, very close attention to. Now, I also want to talk about HBAR. And HBAR gets a very, very bad rap in crypto. It's too decentralized. It's too centralized. It's not really crypto. People have said that. It's too corporate. Well, read something. Major financial institutions complete successful stablecoin remittance pilot on HBAR network. And so reading this, it was a bank in Taiwan that tried a stablecoin on the network as a test, and it ran very well, and a South Korean stablecoin. Here's the thing. HBAR's got a lot of players, kind of in the background, quietly, like Google, right? And they've been doing stuff. And yes, it's not technically a blockchain, but as some of these countries start using HBAR quietly on the side, you want to pay attention, because this is not something that's at 10, 20, 30, 40 billion market cap, right? This is a mid cap. And so HBAR, also known as Hedera, right now we're sitting at 1.7 billion. Okay. Not that much. Not that much. Okay. Daily volume, 92.8. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Especially very, very early on in the bull. We are really, guys, in the infancy. In fact, this is like if you ever had a child, your wife hasn't even given birth yet. That's kind of where we are here in this bull run. So there's going to be some down days like there are today, and then not to be discouraged, but you want to pay attention to kind of what's making the news in the background and what has potential to really run. And when these run quickly, a lot of people are going to FOMO in. So things like HBAR, things like Multiverse X, you want to be paying attention to for sure. And on top of that, obviously don't sleep on Bitcoin, because after we lost the 30,000 support, people are calling for bearish prices. Like I've heard some people call for 25, 24, 23. And I think 32 to 35 is way more likely, way more likely. So if you are waiting to buy your Bitcoin, look on days where it's red, especially after it's consolidating for a while. We've been stuck in the, we did go up to 31.8 when the news came out on XRP, but pay attention, and Bitcoin hasn't run for a while. So I can't imagine we're going to go through the rest of the summer and early fall and not see a run. I really do expect us to hit 40K before the end of the year, probably sometime this fall. Will we hold at 40? There might be a bit of a drop, but then I do expect all-time highs at some point next year, closer after the halving. And then I really think things are really going to heat up and we'll be in a full-fledged bull run. And I wanted to point out one more thing tonight, and that's Litecoin. Some people are getting a little frustrated because Litecoin, if you remember a few weeks ago, it went from 80 to 114 in less than a day and a half. It was a fast boom rise. And we were trying to tell people that was going to happen. And then it kind of retraced back into the 90 range and went back up to 104. And now it's back down to 90. And I really do believe this, as we are now very close. August 2nd is the halving. We are very close to the Litecoin halving. We're going to see another run. Now, is it going to be 120? Is it going to be 130? Is it going to be 140? I cannot tell you. I wish I could. because I go ahead and I would not financial advice. I would myself even buy more Litecoin. Picked up some today, and I think a reasonable price. I do think Litecoin is going to break 100, and it's going to go much further. I can't tell you if that's 115, 120, 125, 130. Remember, you got to take profits. If you don't, then it doesn't really matter. That's the point. So if you bought in at 80 on my first short on Litecoin and then sold well over 100 when it ran to 114, you made a nice little profit. So if you are buying now today at 90, and in the next 10 to 14 days, it goes to 115, 120, 125, 130, nice little profit. And it just adds up. Remember, you don't have to hit a grand slam every single time. Singles and doubles are fine. This is a very, very, very early bull run, guys. Very early. So I think patience here is the key. We're not one of these channels that say, hey, here are all these 100x tokens. Put all your money in that. I just don't think that's the best way to do things. And each to each his own. All right. Maybe we're too conservative for some people, but if there's a single available and there's a layup available, these are sports analogies, I personally like to take them. So guys, do us a huge favor. Again, I've done so. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And if you ever feel the need, we'd appreciate any super thanks that you would give us. And we do have a store open now, which has got some interesting merchandise. We've got some Arrest Steve merchandise that actually people have said that they've liked. Guys, we really appreciate all your support. Anytime you watch our channel, just know that it is greatly, greatly appreciated. You really help us out as we try to push towards 700 viewers. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Have a great evening. We'll see you back tomorrow. This is AZ Crypto saying have a great night. See you, everybody.